for the final section, the final month. This will be 4 different weeks that we are going to dedicate to the last reading. Okay, the final evaluation will be as goes, dedicated to the B1 preliminary training. Okay, it's going to be a very interesting task because we are going to use this let's say methodology to introduce the final topics, the final grammatical topics, and do some practice about it. Okay, this is going to be the mechanic. Okay, we are going to present what is the exam about, what are the abilities that I need you to develop, how to study vocabulary. I will pass you a list of vocabulary, actually, list of vocabulary for B1 preliminary. And this is B1 and B1 for schools, exactly. And we are going to start studying these words during the whole month. All the month, you need to start practicing these words every day to practice this, to get the name in English, to get the name in Spanish if it's necessary, and to study all these words, right? But first, we need to get familiar with the exam, okay? Let's get familiar with the exam. Let's see how it works, okay? First, we need to check vocabulary. Vocabulary is the most important section of passing to the next level, okay? That's the reason we have so much emphasis of vocabulary in the course, right? We did much emphasis on words, on levels, on word families, nouns, adjectives, verbs, you know? And the idea that the most important section for the exam is to get familiar with the B1 vocabulary. Of course, B1 vocabulary is connected to A2 vocabulary, and A2 vocabulary is connected to A1. The minimum you need to dominate is the A1, A2, and B1 spectrum. If you have very good vocabulary, the exam will have some B2 words. Sometimes when you feel the exam is very, very difficult, it's because it is B2 vocabulary. Sometimes it has vocabulary 2, sometimes it has 1, but minimum, the standard is this, B1. And I will pass you this document to you, so you can have a list of words corresponding to B1. B1 vocabulary list for B1 preliminary and B1 preliminary for schools. Okay, let's read this document together. All right, help me, Elsie. Let's start reading this section.
Introduction to the B1 preliminary vocabulary list. The B1 preliminary vocabulary list gives teacher a guide to the vocabulary needed when preparing a student for B1 preliminary and preliminary for school examinations.
Be careful, you are omitting the S on plural words. For preparing who?
Students. Preparing students.
Exactly, for the B1 preliminary and?
For the B1 preliminary and preliminary for schools examinations.
Perfect. So technically, according to this line, the list is for teachers. It's for me to understand what words are necessary for you. Fortunately, we have the Oxford Learner's Dictionary. And according to Oxford Learner's Dictionary, we have words already filtered in the corresponding level. So this is B1, A2, A1. Here it is. All the necessary words for you are in this list or in this list. You have them by alphabetic order or by level. You decide. Here is the pronunciation, and here is the list. Right? There are some connectors, some nouns, some verbs, etc. But in general, this is the list that you need to start studying. It's a small dictionary of a couple of hundred words. You probably know the majority of them, but this list is going to definitely help you in the exam a lot. So let me pass it to you. HPM, here it is. If you want to study, if you have some time, please study this list as much as you can. Any question in this moment? Good. Let's check what is the information of the video, okay? The information in the video is the information of the exam. So let's see how the exam is going to apply. Attention.
Be able B1 Preliminary and B1 Preliminary for Schools is an intermediate level qualification that shows students have mastered the basics of English. At B1 Preliminary for Schools level, learners will improve their fluency and be able to watch TV in English. They'll be able to agree or disagree and discuss alternative plans with their friends.
I don't agree with you. I think it will be faster getting to town by train than by bus.
Students will also learn how to express their preferences.
Do you prefer to go on trips with your family or friends? I prefer going on trips with my friends because they are more fun than my parents. How about you?
After taking B1 Preliminary for Schools, students can go on to improve their English further by preparing for B2 First for Schools. At this level, they will learn how to express their opinion and will have the language skills they need to travel and work in an English-speaking country. Cambridge English qualifications help students develop their English language skills step by step. They help learners prove their skills to the world and lay the foundations for their future success.
So it's super useful to work, travel, you know,
Fun than
express preferences, agree or disagree, you know, speak about your motivations, etc. All this is going to be applied in 4 different sections. Okay, this is the anatomy of the exam. The first section is a reading section. The reading section goes on 6 parts, right? And these reading sections are very similar to the sections that you had in the exams that you made with me. You know, the last part of the evaluations are equivalent to the reading sections in the exam. Were the reading difficult for you when you were doing the exams?
No, only in the last exam, so because in my mind have any words with that match, but no. For example, I think in but no, but is that, for example.
Precisely. That's why structures are so important. The last exercise is about structure versus comprehension and probable verbs. This is all the possible options that you must know in one exercise. It's totally random. That's why it's so important to study that for that exercise. Did you receive your feedback?
Yes, I saw.
Then you need to learn, like all the mistakes that you have, try to check why the we needed to implement a different answer. Okay,
Okay,
that's your challenge.
the feedback is in the exam, no?
Yeah,
For
sure.
in the okay, yes, I
But
have.
if you have any question anyway, if you
Mhm.
don't know why is the correction, take a note and send me a message.
Yes, in this moment don't have a question, but I double check my feedback.
Of
I
course,
send
of
you.
course. That's the most important part. When you receive your exam, check the reasons on the mistakes. That's the thing that is going to demonstrate the difference. Okay? So the reading section shows that you can read and understand the main points from signs, newspapers, and magazines. Do you know what is a sign? No? Okay, let's go through signs. These are signs. So when you see a sign, what does it mean? You know, in the exam, you will have some pictures that tells you, hey, this sign shows this. This sign indicates this. There is some text messages sometimes. Sometimes there are emails. There are quick signs. So the idea is that you understand these signs.
I remember.
You remember?
Yes.
Good, 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 good. That's precisely the thing about this. Newspapers and magazines, sometimes we have some articles, sometimes we have some texts. So the reading section, you are familiar with the reading section. Second section, writing. Writing are two different parts, two different questions. It shows that you can use vocabulary and structure correctly. Here is when I am going to check if you can structure or not. Together with the listening section. The listening section are 4 different parts conforming 25 different questions. Right? These 25 questions demonstrate that you have the ability to follow and understand a range of spoken materials, similar to the videos, right? To catch the general idea of the listening, so you can use it in the text, including announcements, discussions, etc. Last but not least, the speaking section. You are going to speak from 10 to 12 minutes, showing how good your spoken English is as you take part in the conversation by asking, answering questions, and talking. You will talk about your likes and dislikes. You probably will talk about your opinions, if you disagree or agree. You will need to organize an event with a friend, and you need to do it fast to have a meeting with a person, and you will have a conversation with a partner. It has two people at the same time together, similar to the previous exam. We did that exam that was very similar, right? I am going to talk to you, and the other examiner listens. Okay? So this is what we are going to do. Every day we are going to practice a section, including the 4 abilities. Because we are going to talk about this as a unit. Okay, on Monday, oops. On Monday, we are going to do the reading review. A reading section with vocabulary and a lot of words. Monday is vocabulary day as always. Okay? Vocabulary, pronunciation, comprehension. On Tuesday, it's going to be writing. Tuesday and Wednesday. Why 2 days? Because this needs a lot of feedback. These are going to be the feedback days. You will be practicing structures. You will be practicing vocabulary and use of language. This is the days of new topics. This month we're gonna have 4 new topics that we need to cover before the exam. On Thursday, will be listening day. We're gonna do simulations. Exam simulations or mock tests. A mock test is an exam simulation. And we are going to practice the way we are going to practice the listening in the exam. These days includes vocabulary. Vocabulary. So there are going to be 2 vocabulary days during the week. And on Friday, you are going to come to practice your speaking. Again, it's going to be a feedback day with structures, vocabulary, and use of language. This is how your week is going to look starting Monday. Okay? And the exam is going to be presented on 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks on Friday the 30th. Exam for you, Friday the 30th, June 30th, 2023. We have 4 weeks, 4 topics, 4 abilities. Let's start in this moment with the reading. Okay, please screenshot this because we are going to put it to the group. Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Okay. So let's begin. The first thing that we're going to do will be the reading section. Okay. The reading section, as we saw, has 6 different parts, each part containing an exercise that we saw in the previous classes. Okay? So, the first part is called Science in Short Texts. Science in Short Texts. Let's talk about them. Right? Okay. Reading. Help me, Caesar. 1, 2, 3, action.
In the PET part 1, PET.
Excellent.
In the PET part 1, multiple choice task, you will read real world not notices, messages,
Again. What does he say? What is this?
messages. No.
Okay, let's check on the dictionary.
Message.
Correct. That's 1. Message is 1.
Messages.
Again.
Messages.
You are changing the sounds. Pronounce the first one. Only 1.
Okay. Yes. Message.
Okay. To that, add s.
Message.
Extra syllable.
Messages.
Perfect. One time.
Okay. In the PET part 1 multiple choice task, you will read real world notices, messages, and other short tests, and need to show you can understand the main messages.
Again, what? The right
message.
The right message. Very good.
Tip for okay.
Sorry.
Don't worry, teacher. Tip for part 1. Check synonyms when you are answering this exercise. Double check plural nouns, phrasal verbs, and quantifiers and articles.
That's right. In this exercise, there are a lot of phrasal verbs. What is a phrasal verb? A phrasal verb is a verb that doesn't match the Spanish. A verb that is not translated directly. Okay? An example of a phrasal verb is the difference between pick
up
versus pick up. What is pick?
And tomar.
In English.
Pick.
But that's pick up.
Yeah, pick up. Yes, pick.
Pick up is a synonym of pick.
Take, yeah.
And pick is a synonym of choose. You see? What a different thing. A phrasal verb is this exercise has a lot of phrasal verbs, and you need to identify what they do, what they mean. Example, pick and choose and pick up versus take. Let's check this example. Okay? This is a sample question when you see a little message from a phone. Rachel, For our holiday, you need to get a photo for your visa and let me have it. I've got the visa forms so I can post them then. And with this, you have this question. In this message, Adam is telling Rachel to letter A, post something for him. Letter B, find out how to do something. Letter C, give him something he needs. According to the structure, it says for our holiday, you need to get a photo for your visa and let me have it. If I've got a visa form so I can post them then. Adam is tramiting a visa. How do you know that? Because he's got the visa forms. When Adam says, I've got the visa forms, it means that I am tramiting the visa for Rachel. And I need to get a photo for your visa. Therefore, the answer is letter C. Adam needs Rachel to give him something he needs for the visa. Do you get it? Please do this exercise by your own. I'm going to give you 60 seconds to answer this one. Ready? 1, 2, 3, just a second. Action! Time's up. Elsie, what is the answer?
I think that it is letter A, the careers, the careers centre.
Well, that's a good observation. The pronunciation is center, is the same, but this is British. In British, it's a different spelling, but the pronunciation is the same. Center.
The career center will give you a copy of any advertisement on this board.
You are totally correct.
This board.
On this board. Very good. How do you know it's letter A?
For the because of free copies.
Because of free copies.
In the announcement, and letter A is the only sentence answer that show copy.
Exactly. Only letter A is talking about copies. Good job. Good job. Free copies of advertisements. And we need to understand what is board. A board is a massive place where you have different advertisements. So in the career center, you can get a copy of those papers. Got it? As you can see, you need some vocabulary. Board is a vocabulary that is B1 probably. Let me check. If we go through the dictionary, The word board is A2. Advertisement is A2. And center is A1. So technically, you need to understand this vocabulary. This should be easy for you. So let's practice. Okay. You're going to get a demo of this paper, and I'm going to pass it to you. Okay. I'm going to give you the reading section. Okay. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're gonna get for this test or for this section, I am going to give you no more than 10 minutes. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, action.
Teacher, I'm old.
I
You
don't see
need,
all.
it's very small.
Yeah,
Oh
teacher.
no. What about, I don't see all these. Okay, what about now? Better?
The first, more or less.
The first more or less, and the second, oh, it's too small. What about now? Better, no?
Yes.
I don't see letter A. Okay, thanks.
There is letter A. Okay. Okay. There we go. Let's continue. 1, 2, 3, action.
Here I can see the letter C in the number 3.
Okay, what about,
A little bit. Thank you.
yes. I think I give you too much time, no? Are you ready?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Yes, 10 minutes is too much. It's too much for this exercise. Okay, the first exercise. Tell me, uh, Caesar, what is the answer on number one?
Letter A.
Letter A. The competition is open to people over a certain age. Win a car competition and entries will only be accepted from people who are at least 18. How do you know it's letter A?
Um, because the this, what do you say, anuncio? This,
We saw that in the previous slide.
yeah. The okay, whatever. This say entries will only be accepted from people who are at less 18.
Pronunciation.
List
Least.
Least.
list 18. And letter B, there is a maximum age limit for this competition. Is not because only say the minimum age.
Okay. Okay,
Uh,
correct.
the letter C, only 18 years olds are allowed to enter this competition. It's false because only say that the minimum age.
Good. So you understand it at least is the minimum.
Yeah,
That's the most important. Yes. That's the most important part. If you understand that at least is the minimum, that's the key. Okay? Pronunciation, brother. Be careful over there. How do you pronounce this?
mm, allow
Mhm. Allow, not allow. So what is the past?
allow it.
Yesterday we saw
Allow
that. Well, 2 days ago. If the word ends in a voiced sound, you don't pronounce the E.
allow it.
You don't pronounce the E.
Okay, allowed.
Exactly. Allow, no low.
Allowed.
That's the pronunciation. Allow.
Okay.
Allowed.
Yes. Vocabulary and um, vocabulary and pronunciation is not whatever. That's fundamental for the exam. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
How do you say anuncio in English? Sign.
Signed. Yeah.
We saw it right here. The main points from signs,
Signed.
newspapers, and magazines. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Let's go to the next. Over there. Number two is the same that we did, right? So we are going to go through number three. Laurita, what is the answer on number three?
The answer, letter 3, is letter A.
Mhm. Members of staff must be accompanied if they wish to pass this point. The public are not permitted. The
The
public are not
public are
permitted.
not permitted beyond this point unless accompanied by a staff member.
Good. Okay. So your members of staff must be accompanied if they wish
Because,
to pass this point. You are very, very close, but that is
oh,
not correct.
okay.
The reason this is not correct is that the options you need to verify person verb complement, who does the action and who receives the action.
Okay.
What is the difference between I like it versus it likes me?
I like it.
is the description, what like,
What,
dislike.
who likes? Who's doing the
This-
action?
The action is like,
No,
in
who?
the I like it is say what like
But who?
me, who like, dislike, the thing.
That's the issue. That's the issue here. The person. The person is the issue. The problem is not the verb. The problem is the person.
The
If you
person.
use me, this is the receiver.
Okay. In the first
In the
receive.
first is I.
No.
No. In the first, you do the action. For example, if you say I like it, is one person.
Like
person
me, this thing.
like me, this thing. Be careful. No. Eliminate me. Eliminate me. No. Let's say that one person likes, for example, a dog. Okay?
Yes.
I like it. But if you say it likes me, is the contrary. Is the dog
like me.
Likes me.
Opposite.
The opposite is a different person and a different receiver.
Is same. Okay.
It's not the same.
No.
You see? So the same problem happens in this exercise. Members of staff must be accompanied. Incorrect. Is the public must be accompanied, not the members of the staff. You see?
Okay, I understand.
So a letter A is very important to understand the difference between the doer, who does the action, and who receives the action. A tip for you.
Yes.
Got it? That's right. Take a note, my people. This is very, very, very important. In the case of Caesar, also take these notes. This is super, super relevant for you. You got it?
Yes.
Very different to say I than to say me. It depends on the position of the verb. That's the thing. So then the answer to number 3 is members of the public can't go through unless they are visiting someone working here. That's incorrect. We never speak about visits.
No.
And the only option is letter C.
Yes.
Members of the public.
Members of the public. Okay.
Exactly. Members of the public.
Voy a top. Okay. Letter C.
Letter C. How do you know that? Also, here in this exercise, we have a phrasal verb. Okay? Here we have a phrasal verb. Go further.
Go further.
In this exercise, we have the expression go further, which means vocabulary. Go further is similar to pass.
To pass?
Is similar for cross?
No, for. Similar to.
Similar to cross?
Similar to cross. Cross, yes, but no, because when you say cross, you need to say what. Cross the street, cross the door, cross the what. So it's similar to pass or access. Okay?
Okay.
The auxiliary may is the auxiliary for
And my May
Treasurer's Handbook.
is permit.
Excellent. May is the auxiliary for permission. If you understand, may I go to the bathroom?
Mhm.
The answer is yes, you may. So when you say may, you have authorization. You got it? May, auxiliary for permission. Go further, similar to
Okay,
pass or
guess
access.
it.
Those are the reasons. Very good. Okay,
Mhm. Make make to pass.
correct. Make to pass. That's right. So let's go to the next. Number 4. Elsie, what is the answer?
Letters. Uh, letter B.
Letter B. Tom would like Jane to do him a favor tomorrow morning. Caesar also said letter B. Tom would like Jane to do him a favor tomorrow morning. Mom's leaving really early tomorrow, so could you wake me at 7 when you leave for work? I mustn't be late for college again. Tom wants to pursue Jane. You are correct, Elsie. Yes, of course. Very good. How do you know that?
Mm, because he said, wake me at 7 when you leave for work.
Wake me at 7 when you leave for work.
So they are not leaving their home at the same time.
Yes,
Jane is leaving before.
Jane is leaving before. And she woke up before.
Mhm.
Correct, exactly. And letter A?
Letter A. Tom wants to pursue Jane to take him. No, not really, because he don't want.
I don't. You don't. And he?
He doesn't. He doesn't need
Mhm.
to take him.
Mhm.
Take him to work, to the college. College.
Good. He doesn't need to take him. He doesn't need incomplete. He doesn't need who to take him.
He doesn't need to.
Need who?
He doesn't need who.
No, I mean, don't repeat. It's a question. Who doesn't he need?
Tom.
No. Who
Tom.
doesn't Tom need?
Tom doesn't need
Who?
Jane.
Exactly. Tom doesn't need Jane.
Tom doesn't need Jane to take him.
Correct, Elsie. That's correct. This is structure number 7 in the gossip list. Number 7 of gossip. I don't want you to do something. With the connector to.
Okay.
You see? Very good structures. Very, very, very good. Last one. Caesar.
Um, This the number 5 is the chocolate because I see and so it.
Oh, you're right, exactly. We already finished this one. Okay, well, don't worry, don't worry. We are going to talk about the phrasal verbs in this case, okay? Uh, okay, in this, there is a vocabulary, reminding. What is reminding?
When you send miss message
Message.
for messages
No,
or
only one. Again. When
message
you
a
send what?
message.
Pronunciation. The strong syllable is the first. Message.
Message.
Message, exactly.
When you send message
Mhm.
or someone or but one um, how do you say a task?
Mhm.
For example, the other person have a future task and don't remember that and
Exactly.
send
To remember.
message to remember.
Mhm. But it's not necessarily a message.
No, email, WhatsApp, or in told
Exactly.
uh,
So that's why eliminate the message when you tell somebody.
tell somebody. Yeah.
When you tell somebody with that, you can confirm all the different communications. You tell
Hey,
somebody about a future event. Good. Remind. Persuade. What is persuade?
um. Okay, it's complicated, but
It's not complicated. Find a synonym.
synonym. Mm, when you want to do something for other person
Can you
and
what again?
say uh, when you want to
Okay.
went to something for other person and say
For other person.
uh, to the other person.
To the other person.
Uh,
Why to? Why
no,
for?
no, no, no. When you need something,
Uh huh.
when you need something
From other
from
person.
other person,
Because you want something that the other person has,
yes, yes,
right?
it's similar for from to. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why the contrary is to. So you want something to the other person doesn't match,
No,
right?
when you needed something from other person and you told him that please give me your cell phone. I needed to call my mom or whatever.
It's too complicated, brother. You're using too many words. Use a synonym. Convince.
Synonym combines, yeah.
Pronunciation.
Convince.
Exactly.
Convince.
To
Yeah,
persuade is to convince,
yeah.
right?
I have a lot of imagination.
And both words are B1, you see?
Yeah.
So yes, we have the words. You have the words. With only one synonym. Don't complicate yourself too much. The idea of these exercises is to find easy synonyms. That's the reason when I teach you vocabulary, I teach you with synonyms. So you can
Mhm.
associate one word and another. It's not necessary to elaborate a massive explanation because that's an advanced ability. We are not advanced, you know? Quick associations with synonyms, that's it.
Okay.
That's enough.
I will change my chip.
Yeah, that really helps. Okay. Wake up must be get up. I don't know what level is get up. Probably this is easy. Get up is level A1. Ah, yes, this is
Get
beginner.
up is similar. Wake up. No,
Exactly. Mhm. Yeah,
uh,
no, this is beginners. This is easy
this
vocabulary.
me is correct letter C because say get up early.
Be careful. So the problem here for you, Laurita, was the vocabulary reminding. That was the difficult part for you. Reminding. Synonym of reminding
Recording,
is
remember?
remember. No, 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 no. Let's go to that's right. Remind to mention. To remind is to mention something so you don't forget. To mention something so you don't forget.
Okay, yes.
Okay, that's to remind.
Mhm.
Remember is the contrary. No, remember is a consequence. Okay, when you remind, the other person remembers with your help.
Okay, yes.
Okay,
I use usually in my work.
of course, I use it usually.
I use it usually in my work.
Exactly, because reminders.
I send reminder for my boss.
Exactly. What is the difference between reminder and remind?
Reminder is the in my particular case is a
Is the message.
message, yeah, or oh my God, sesión, the
Okay.
sesión junta,
Meeting.
meeting, yeah, for reminder meeting, for example.
But a reminder is not similar to meeting.
No, but in my I collocated meetings for my boss for reminder particular.
Well, that's my point. That's my question. What is the difference between reminder and remind?
Remind is a verb and
Ah,
reminder is noun,
perfect. That's a thing. So
basically.
you cannot say that you take a note for reminder.
Yes, I changed that chip, teacher.
Aha, exactly. You need to change it.
And yeah, simplify my.
No, 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 no simplify. No, 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 no. I'm not talking about simplification. You said I take a meeting for reminder.
Yes.
That's incorrect. You need to say I take a note on the meeting to remind my
No,
boss.
I collocated in calendar
Uh-huh.
reminders for my boss.
Yes, you collocate reminders, but you use the connector for.
From no, from my boss.
No, no, no. I repeat, I repeat, I repeat. You said, trata de traducir esto, porque hace rato me dijiste, yo pongo juntas para recordarle a mi jefe.
Mhm.
How do you say that in English?
I create
Okay.
meetings
Mhm.
Okay, I create meetings that reminder.
That's the issue. Para recordarle. Aquí necesitas el verbo,
Yeah, sí,
no el noun. Eso es lo que hiciste hace rato. A eso me refería. ¿Corrección?
that. No,
That purpose in English. Well, next classes we're gonna see purpose. Purpose is to.
two.
Mhm.
Yes, I create meetings
Mhm.
to reminder my
Reminder is not a verb.
reminding.
To, after connector to, you need a simple verb.
To remind
That's it. Simple verb.
remind to remind my boss.
To remind my boss. Right?
Yes.
Take a note.
Yes.
Take a note. You shouldn't forget this. This is super, super important. To reminder is Spanglish. Total Spanglish. And Spanglish doesn't help.
Okay.
Right? To remind.
Reminder is nouns, no?
Of course. Reminder is a notification. Notification and reminders are synonyms. But remind is similar to notify.
Notify.
You see? Notify is the verb.
Notifier, the noun.
Notify, no, notification. Notification is the verb.
Okay. And notifier
Notifier doesn't exist.
doesn't exist. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm. We are going to see suffixes and prefixes in the next level. Don't worry. Okay. So that's the thing. You see, it's super important. The final syllable is very, very important. Vocabulary. Good
Thank
job,
you.
my people. Excellent job. This is the first demonstration of your B1 certificate exam.
Oh
I
my
am
God.
so excited. Oh my gosh. Exactly. It's not easy, but you have the vocabulary. Please study your vocabulary. I think if you understand this list, if you dominate this list, you have no problems. You know, explore it, check it, open it, take a note for new vocabulary, look for it in the dictionary, look for them everywhere, everywhere. It's really, 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 really helpful. Okay? We have 4 weeks. We finished for today.
Thank you, teacher.
You too. Have a very nice day. I'll see you later.
Good night.
Good night. See you on Monday.
See you guys.
Bye, guys. See you
Thanks,
later.
teacher.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.